Turn on the music.
All the time. How do you drag me into these situations? Well, I'm left here with this awkwardness. I mean, step into it.
Who thinks this is awkward? This is awkward.
Love you, Rebecca. I really do. Anyway, no. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. We got another one up. Where's the sheet?
Oh.
Who's up? Who's up? Who's up?
Seda Morales.
Where you at? Say it up.
Say that. Oh.
Uh-oh, I bet you're doing a poem.
Hola.
Who's saying that?
Seda. This is Seda. Cider? I'm so sorry. This is Cider, guys.
Yes, Cider!
That's the food.
Full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Oh my God.
Warning. This is just another poem in which you listen to the first line but quickly lose your focus as my hands transgress and my words progress from my trembling thighs towards the imaginable sky. I am searching for perhaps some heavenly spirit to empower me like an oracle and inspire me like Homer to produce forth a work of art that will reach your heart, reach that part somewhere deep inside, trying to hide, but my words shall seek and they shall find. I put a warning on this poem because the high levels of insecurity are lethal. My casual cool and down are too poisonous to be around, and smoking, drinking, saying too much shit that I'm not sure your immune system can take the smell of it. This is the stutters and clutters of too much nonsense that make up this report on my identity crisis. You'd most likely prefer to not hear the story that has got me in an explosion of all sorts of emotions, but I'll tell it to you just the same, because it's this silence that has been devouring me like a flame that day on the train. The orange and yellow seats have sparked just like the colors of the image that has made me insane. He had sat there, motionless, listening to some cheap MP3 player, bobbing his head in a worn-out Yankee cap with a dirty black Adidas bag resting innocently on his jeans plus lap. I was sitting just across with my iPod, imprisoning me in this world in which the rattling of the D train did not exist and the conscience of the late-night emptiness of the D train did not persist. I had looked up momentarily as I tried to make sure I had not missed my station when I noticed the Mexican staring at me in a hard fixation. I rolled my eyes and strode to the other side. When on the next stop, some young kids ran inside, I saw barely a glimpse towards their direction and could not help but stare at this one boy in concentration. His dark jeans sagged perfectly underneath his white tee that hugged his every muscle. His skin was colored like a delicious Hershey's kiss, and he had a sexy face that any other girl could not miss. His do-rag was soiled with dirt, and his eyes were red as he tried to flirt with me, tried to fly in his high and get a kickoff that would blast him towards the sky. He winked a wink at me that told me he was into me, liked my fresh, stunned Nike star-colored, super skinny tight jeans, my right-fitting white girl brand tee. Yeah, he was into that wannabe me who could not be the real me. So him and his friends walked toward me, but on his way he tripped over a lazy, tattered Reebok shoe, and I watched as his anger slowly grew. He laughed it off, laughed that hung throughout the metal poles and stuck me deep inside my inner soul. The Mexican sat back cool, not really knowing that he had done something wrong, apologizing in a foreign tongue, but I knew it was all too late, and I had already predicted his fate. What happened next happened so quick, all in the blink, blood on the floor and a cry from the doors, a cry that would stay in my mind and penetrate through the costume of my lies, the whisper between my thighs. But he said those words, and I felt my soul descend, and I knew I should have said something, but my appearance I just had to defend. He said, "Who cares?" another Mexican. So then, I inserted myself in the silent existence with only my conscience providing persistent resistance. I admit I felt shame for a crime neither he nor I could be to blame, but I could not have prevented him from being robbed, and I had no control over him being mugged. It was not my fault as he fell to the floor from the impact of a cowardly punch, only made strong from the childish warmth of an audible crunch of boots to bone and yell to moan. He had been left there all alone, as if he had no choice, and I knew as I walked off I had taken his voice, but I had kept it in silence, masking it with self-denial. I had been embarrassed to be perceived as that vulnerable creature who lay on that floor with nowhere to go and no one to show him how to stand up. I smothered that voice inside of me, trying to impress, so I easily suppressed my essential being, leaving his voice to wither in grieving. That man was my father, my cousin, my brother. But all I could do was sit and laugh at insolent jokes, not letting it bother me that with every minute that passed in which I did not stand up for him, did not stand up for me, I was not only disgracing myself, but an entire race was constantly being mutilated, left on the floor to be constantly mutilated. But before this peer pressure annihilates my soul, I need to allow my lungs to grow so that from these Mexican lips, my fellow Mexican's voice will flow. I now stand up with this mic in hand, with a mission to have all of you understand. I let my words channel from within me, not from any Holy Spirit. You see, it is I who has the power, and no longer will I allow for my friend to cower on that train floor. I want him to stand up. I want you to stand up. Take my hand and I will never let you drop, for as long as I can speak, these words from my soul will never stop. Not only shall his voice, but of all those people hiding in fear, this message may be loud and clear for all those who can hear. Warning, I am not just another Mexican, and this is not just another poem. Wow!
We're gonna speed it up a little bit. We're gonna get Jay up here. Where you at, Jay?
Yeah, I won't kiss her, maybe have her, but I don't even like her. I might get it, hit it, split it, but yo, I'll have her wifer. I'll rowdy, Roddy Piper. But when she came to cipher, love for fucking, no fuss and buzzing, she on that cipher. I'm doing the viper, goddamn.
Alright. You guys wanna see him break it